All right. Shalom, Yasharala. Forgive me infinite honor to our Heavenly Father and our great King. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Harakah Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops, the great millstone. And salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Puts his beloved doctrine across the 4 winds in this fine hour. Shalom. All right. As you can see the title, I'm gonna do this. This is inspired by a little clip I came across with this guy, Uganda former Prime Minister President Idi Amin. All right, I think this guy was a Jake. I'm almost 100% sure he was a Jake, but in the 70s he was the president. He usurped power, and he found out by trial and error who the devil the Bible speak of was. All right, he detested the so-called Jews. And he told the truth about it. He said they lie, they're criminals, and they can't be trusted, And he gave sanctuary to people that was trying to kill him during the Munich Olympics, all right? He told them to come over here, we'll give you sanctuary to those killers that killed those people, all right? And he commended Hitler for what he did. And he knew that through trial and error because when he began to have a relationship with them, he didn't start off as there at being at enmity with them. Okay, he enrolled in their military. All right, when he first came into power, he was dealing with their aristocrats. All right, he invited them into his country, and over time, he seen that they were weasels. All right, when he first built his relationship with him, he didn't have the scripture. He was a fucking Muslim, but he didn't know that the scripture that protect us, never trust thine enemy. Let me get that. Okay, he had to find this out through trial and error. Okay, you get that precept. It's all right. All right, and that's why it's so beautiful that we had this truth, man, because it's aforetime written. If it were possible, they deceived the elect. This devil is very skilled at manipulation and the witchery and deceiving people. Okay, that's his strongest weapon. It's not his Gatling gun or his ICBM missile. His strongest weapon is his persuasion, his mind manipulation, that wine, his philosophies. All right, they will have you thinking good is evil and evil is good. All right, this is I'm gonna go straight to the point. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. All right, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. That's his proper nationality according to the scriptures. All right, he's not a Briton. He's not a Irishman. He's not and we were the original Irishmen, in contrast to popular belief. He's not a Russian. He's not an American. He's a red Hebrew Edomite. All right, that's his biblical nationality. That's what the Lord coined him. Okay, and the Lord told us to never trust these people. He said those are our arch nemesis. All right, never trust thine enemy, for it's like iron rusteth. All right, so is his wickedness. Okay. All right. And what does rust do to iron? It breaks it down like cancer breaks down your body. All right. Rust, metaphorically speaking, is like a cancer. Iron is hard. Metal is hard. You could crack somebody's skull if you hit them with iron. But when that rust gets on it, it breaks it down. My second job in the plant, I went in with the painters, with the sandblasters and stuff. And what the sandblasters would do, they would get these sandblasting machines and blast the sand to get the rust off of the iron, and we would do that on whole big vessels. Okay, before you lay the paint down, you sandblast the rust off of it. Okay, and then you go by and you sand it with sandpaper. Okay, you sand it with sandpaper first, Salaki. Then the sandblasters come behind you and they blast any remnant of the rust. All right, because the plant is iron. All right, that's an iron working facility. Everything in it is iron. and rust is the cancer. Rust would tear it down. All right. Rust is the cancer of these chemical refineries. All right. So they hire sandblasters and painters to do what? To have a war on the rust. Okay. Because rust does what? To iron. It breaks it down. It makes it weak. All right. You could just crush it when that rust gets through with it. And that's what the Lord likens the so-called white man to. All right. That's why he told us don't deal with him, because when you deal with him, he's going to pollute you. He's going to break you down mentally. All right. Through his philosophies. All right. You say, so is iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Just what you see iron do to rust. All right. And breaks it down. That's what the so-called white man wickedness will do to you if you entangle yourself with him. Though he humble himself and go crouching. All right. That's his gift. All right. To play possum, to act like he's your brother. We what's the philosophy here in America? All men are created equal. All right, we all breathe the same, bleed the same color. That's bullshit. That's his philosophy. He get people like that. All right, he don't mean that. He's a fucking lying piece of shit. Yet take good heed and beware of him. No matter what he talks about, how much he talks about brotherly love. We're all American. We're all created equal in the sight of the Most High. That's satanic right there, just to say some shit like that, because the Bible doesn't tell us that we were all created equal. Okay, and the Lord take good heed of that nigga. Watch that snake. All right, though he humbled himself, as if thou hast wiped, though thou Salaki, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou wipe the looking glass. All right, and the only way you can see him when you wipe that looking glass and you can see clear with him, you have to have eyes to see. You have to have wisdom. All right. Because he gets a lot of people by offering them money, offering them power. All right. He'll get people to sell his soul. Okay. He come in and he knows how to transform himself into an angel of light. Okay. But the spirit of the Lord is going to keep you keen towards him. You're going to always see through his dirty tricks. Okay. And thou shalt know that his rust have not all been together wiped away. Because let me tell you something. If you don't sandblast rust on iron, okay, and you just throw paint on it, that rust is going to come through that paint. That's why you have to sandblast it, and sand it. All right? Because if you just throw paint over rust, the rust is going to come through the paint. It'll look good. All right? But that rust is still doing its dirty work. It's still breaking it down, and it's going to eventually peel through the paint that you put on it. Okay? That's how the so-called white man is. Though he come like it's all good, that he love you, and that he's for your turn, no. Over time, that poison is going to come through him, and that's what Idi Amin had to learn the hard way. All right, when he dealt with him first, that he didn't know how to. He didn't have a spirit where he could look through that and wipe that with looking glass and see him. All right, so over time, that rust had to come through that paint, and he had to see him, and his whole tune changed with him. So I'm gonna read this article about Idi Amin to show how his relationship with the Jews went from good to bad. Okay, and he had to learn the hard way. And now, and when the Lord has revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets, all right, we don't have to go through what he went through, because in this fine hour, once this devil deceive you, you done. He's going to deceive most of humanity to get that mark of the beast. So you don't have the time to fall and learn the hard way like Idi Amin did. All right. Once he gets you and you get that charagma, you done. All right. Then you come back. Damn, I fucked up. It don't matter that you fucked up. Revelation 14:9 gonna cleave to your ass. Okay. It's not gonna be no repentance for sins, no remission for sins. All right. If this devil deceive you in this fine hour. Okay. This is Idi Amin in Israel. This is from Jewish Telegraphic Agency, established 1917. All right. And it reads, Idi Amin in Israel, African strongman Idi Amin, who recently died in Saudi Arabia. All right, this is an old article. He died around 203, 204, something like that. Was embraced and then reviled. Look, he was embraced and then reviled by Israel during his military career and murderous 8-year reign at Uganda's helm. All right, so it clearly tells you that they once had a good relationship. Amin was also hated by Ugandan Jews, some of who were beaten and imprisoned. Okay. Kampala, Uganda. The strong African man Idi Amin, who died last week, was embraced, then reviled by Israel during his military career and murderous 8-year reign at Uganda's helm. Now listen, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Before Israel got mad at him, they wasn't calling him a murderous genocidal maniac. See, this is what the devil does. He controls all of the information. He controls the media outlets. He controls the history books. He controls the encyclopedias. Okay, so when you piss him off, he uses this propaganda machine to demonize you. All right, before relationship went sour, they was not calling him a murderous maniac. Okay, this is why Malcolm X quoted that the American media can make an evil man look good and a good man look evil. All right. Uganda was in a good estate when Idi Amin was ruling over them. It's the same thing with Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. Their nation was in a good estate when they was ruling. All right. Now Saddam Hussein was somewhat a tyrant, but still their nation wasn't fucked up like it is now. This is what the devil used when he gets mad at you. He uses propaganda machine to demonize you. But when you talk to the inhabitants of those lands, they love these guys who the America deems dictators. The countrymen love these men. They don't have nothing ill to say with them. But that's what that Western that Western media does. All right. And the Jews control Western media. They demonize anybody that's at enmity with them. Okay. What Tupac said, it was all good just a week ago. All right. Then when that relationship falls through, then here come that propaganda machine. And what do they do with the propaganda machine? They build a case on you, and then so they can have an excuse to come and take you out of power in your government. And then they remove you and then put a puppet government there, a puppet there who they have full control of, and then they're running your country and ruling your resources. All right. And that's what they started doing with Idi Amin, and he wasn't having it. Okay. And this is what it says. And he killed and tortured hundreds of thousands of his countrymen and became an international pariah and declared that Hitler had been right to kill 6 million Jews. You see, when you say things like that, okay. And why did he come to that conclusion? He didn't originally believe that. He didn't quote that until they came disrupting his country. Okay. When they came in his country and started disrupting it, he came to that conclusion. He originally didn't feel like that. He joined their military. Okay. So he learned through trial and error, these people are pieces of shit. Okay. And this is what you got to understand. This same model that they used to him to demonize him and say he was they call him the butcher of Uganda. They're going to do the same thing to us, brothers, in this faith. They're going to use that same model to demonize us. Okay. All right, I'm gonna skip down to the point. Thought I had more. All right, so I'm gonna start. Where I'm gonna start at? I had it more. All right, I'm gonna start right here. When Uganda, a British protectorate, became independent in 1962, Amin, the country's top-ranking African soldier, continued his upward climb. Milton Obote, Uganda's first prime minister, was ally and benefactor, promoting him to major a year later. In 1963, he served as a special trainee of the Israel Defense Forces. You see? So everything was all good. He learned a lot of his military experience by being joined to Amalek, okay? Earning his paratrooper wings, all right? So, he was doing his shit with them, okay? Back then, and Amin had not yet begun the anti-Zionist and anti-Semitic salvos that later caught the attention of the world of Jewry. You see, That's who you can't talk. You can talk about anybody and demonize anybody, but you can't speak about their low down dirty tricks. Okay. So when he first was joined to him, he didn't have an issue with him. But over time, he seen what they were doing, okay, and how they lived. By the end of the 1960s, Amin had taken the reins of the military and police and become the top Ugandan general. Together, he and Opiti redesigned Uganda's governing and tribal politics through a lethal division of labor. The prime minister made the decisions and Amin enforced them. But Amin sought more power, and in 1971, he seized power over Obote. Initially, Ugandans celebrated the general's coup, along with Israel, Britain, and others, according to his historical accounts. Israel, now this where he started seeing that they were pieces of shit. Okay. When he came into power, he invited them into his country to do business and commerce with him. Okay. Israel sent technicians, military instructors, and engineers to help Uganda. All right. And other Israelis went to the country to do business. All right. Now, this is where it went sour. And he had to learn that the guy he did that military coup over and seized power from, that man was right when he wasn't dealing with those goddamn Jews. Okay. A lot of times, man, you're not gonna be greater than your sensei. All right. You don't have the wisdom and understanding of the person that taught you. All right. And he had to learn that the hard way. All right. The guy Obote wasn't dealing with him. He knew him. But Amin was young and he was vigilant. He had ambition. Okay. But he didn't have experience. He didn't have understanding. So he let all those Jewish rats into his country. He let them all come in under the name of building up his country's infrastructure, getting foreign aid, so on and so forth. But bilateral relationships soon soured. Okay? Once you let them devils in there, that's a wrap. Let me get a precept. This was gonna happen when you let them devils in, when you start dealing with them. All right. That's why Sirach say, don't let me read Sirach again. All right. This is Sirach 12 and 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Don't do nothing with him. Okay. All right. Verse 7. Give unto the good and help not the sinner. You don't get in league with them. You don't have no business with them. Okay. All right. And I'm going to skip down to the point. Verse 10, never trust thine enemy. He started trusting him. He let him in his house. You don't let no fucking heathen in your fucking house, in your blessed house, man. For like his iron rusted, so of his wickedness. All right. And this is what he's going to do. All right. When he gets in there, what that scripture say here? He's going to overthrow you. Is that this chapter? Yep. Here we go. That's the one I want. That's what I want. Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's exactly what them Jews did when they came to Uganda. All right. He set them by him. He led them under the precepts of them doing business and commerce, building up his infrastructure. Okay. He made a deal with the fucking devil. All right. And what did this devil do? All right. He came in that country trying to overthrow them and stand up in their place. And that's the same thing Hitler said. Hitler said they was doing the same thing to them. Neither let him sit by thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at thy last remember my words, and he pricked their whips. See, that's not going to happen to the servants of the Lord. All right. We have wisdom to protect us. All right. We have wisdom to guide us. Okay. Look at verse 13. Who would pity a charmer when he's bitten with a serpent? That's why we don't pity these people, because we're telling them this white man's the devil. So when you go get his juice, his C19 juice, when you go get his charagma, we're not going to pity you. We're going to laugh at your calamity because we forewarned you. or any such as come now to wild beasts. Nobody, when you see them little East Indians with that little flute, charming that snake, blowing that flute, and that snake, that cobra rise up, then that cobra bite their fucking ass. Ain't nobody pitying you. Ain't nobody shedding a tear with him, tear for him. Yeah, it look like you got a little skills, you playing with it, but we don't play with death. That's not wise. Who plays with death? Okay? Who makes a sport out of playing with death? Okay? All right? But that's what that devil did, okay? That's what he did when he came into his country. All right? And that's where we're not going to make that defense. We're going to do what the Lord told us to do in Deuteronomy 7th chapter. We're going to destroy utterly the fucking house of Amalek. We're not going to do what the house of Saul did when the Lord told him to kill man, child, woman, beast, everything they own. All right, then he gonna let Agag live. No, all right, we're gonna do away with them according to Obadiah 1:18. Okay, let me get back to where I left off. Okay, all right, but bilateral relations soon soured. Amin had military ambitions against Tanzania, where Abate had fled. He asked Israel for money and jet fighters to wage war, but the Jewish state turned down his request. So Amin went to Libya, where Muammar Gaddafi promised him financial aid. As a sign of his new allegiance, Amin expelled 500 Israelis from Uganda and severed diplomatic ties with Israel in 1972. All right, because he seen they was Jewish rats. Okay, Arab victory in the war with Israel is inevitable, and Prime Minister of Israel, Miss Golda Meir's only recourse is to pluck up her knickers and run away in the direction of New York and Washington. He once said, and Amin also praised Hitler for his solution to the Jewish question. Hey, he was on point, man. You gotta annihilate them off the planet Earth, man. Okay, they're a cancer to the earth. The so-called white man, all right, the red Hebrew Edomite is a cancer to the earth. All right, when a woman has cancer, like my baby mom, it came back and went in remission, and it came back and killed her. But when she first got it, the doctor said we have to attack the cancer. She died from breast cancer. They say we have to attack the cancer aggressively, and they cut both of my baby mama breasts off, cut both of them shits off, and they reconstructed her new breast. Okay, and then they made her get a hysterectomy because they say the estrogen cancer, the little particles that are still be in her body, lives off of they grow off of estrogen. So they gave her a hysterectomy. They attacked it. That's what you do, cancer. Anything that it can that gives it life and then it can grow, you annihilate it. You expel it. You utterly destroy it. That's what you got to do. A Edomite. You got to utterly destroy him, because wherever he go, death and hell is going to follow. Okay. And that's what we've learned through trial and error. The Lord has given us the spirit. Now we know how to deal with this devil. All right. The Agag told Samuel, surely what that nigga told Samuel, he say, surely the pressure of death had passed. And Samuel said, fuck that. He didn't only kill and stab that nigga, he cut him up in pieces, man. That's the spirit we gonna be in with these goddamn Amalekites, man. All right. It's nothing they're gonna be able to say. All right. And Hitler had the proper solution. All right. That what these corporate bankers do, they come in your country, they loan you money and resources, then they once they do it, they bankrupt you through the usury, through the interest rates that they give you the money on. If they loan you 500 million, okay, they want you to pay them back so much interest to where you can't the money you loan from them, all right, you're always going to be indebted to them. All right. Because this is what happened with interest. When they give you a time to pay, when you don't meet that time to pay, then guess what? They add more interest on it because you didn't meet the time that you were supposed to pay. So you'll always be under their power. Okay. This is what devils do. And when they did that to him, he expelled them out of his country. Okay. And then that's when they went on that propaganda campaign calling him the butcher of Uganda. That's Western media saying that. You're not hearing Ugandans say that. Okay. You don't hear Ugandans saying that. You don't hear people from that part of the country that dwell within his gates saying that. You only hear Western media. Who owns Western media? The Jews. Okay. Now let's hear his words. Okay. Let's see what he had to say on the situation. On the situation. All right, check him out.
But I must make it absolutely truth. The reason why I chased them from Uganda was because of the economy of Uganda. Uganda was going to be bankrupt. That is the reason why I chased away the Israelis.
And you said you were friends with Golda Meir.
Yes, because she used to give me very good entertainment.
You see? A gift destroyed his heart. What the fuck he means she used to give you very good entertainment? This is what devils do, man. They bring you bags of money. All right? They manipulate you. A gift destroyed his heart. What the fuck he means she gave him very good entertainment? Well, she bought him some white girls, some good coke, gave him a few bags of money. Okay? Nah, he sold his soul. All right? He got away from his integrity. What the fuck you mean she gave? Hold up. Let me get a precept to bag that up. All right? This is the entertainment she gave him. That this is not gonna happen with elect men. You keep your shit. Like the boy said on the movie Dead President, when Cuddy, when that pimp Cuddy told him I laid some money on your woman. That nigga told him, man, you keep your shit. And what Peter told that sorcerer, may you and your money be condemned. You put a curse on motherfuckers that come at you like that, man. That try to compromise your integrity. All right. He's telling you out of his mouth, and he's admitting it. All right. Repentance start with admittance of your wrongdoing. He clearly said, hey, she gave me some treats. All right. This is 1 Timothy 6 and verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. This is how you get compromised. The love of money, riches, entertainment. That's how they get you, through their entertainment, man. All right. That's what got Eve. All right. We're gonna get that. That's the same thing that got him. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which some have coveted after. That's what happened to him. And they have erred from the faith. He erred from his righteous thought process and pierced himself through many sorrows. And what pierced him, he said, man, they came in our country and they was what were they going to do? He said they were bankrupting our banking system. They were running Uganda into the ground. Okay. All right. But he see those little trinkets that they had. That's the same thing happened to Eve. Let me get that. Genesis, during the fall. So that's going to be the 3rd chapter. All right. All right. He was beguiled by the serpent, like most of the nations on the planet Earth. All right. This is Genesis 3 and 6. And when a woman saw that the tree was good for food and that was pleasant to the eyes, you see those treats that the Amalek brings to you, and the things that we're going to help build up your infrastructure. We're going to bring you roads. We're going to help you build universities. Okay. We're going to get you military F-16 jets. We're going to help you work a fucking a uranium and plutonium program, a nuclear missile program. We're going to finance you to do these things. We're going to help you with your enemies. Okay. Those things was pleasant to his eyes. That's how they get you. And a tree to be desired to make one's wise, and that's the wisdom of this world. You see, it's not the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, it's the wisdom of this world. She took the fruit thereof and did eat, and that's what happened to him. All right, but he came back to his righteous mind. Eve still fucked up to this day. She still beguiled to this day. But he came to his senses. Men are more logical and think with more rationale than women. All right, Eve still drunk off of their philosophy to this day.
When I go to Israel,
then you change completely from an Israeli alliance to the Arab alliance.
I changed from Israeli alliance because Israeli are criminals. and that they are not trusted people. They don't tell the world the truth.
Can't get around it. I want him to say that again. He's talking about the red
The
Hebrew
Arab
Edomite.
alliance.
I changed from Israeli alliance because Israeli are criminals and that they are not trusted people. They don't tell the world the truth.
All right. And you heard him say they don't tell the world the truth, but guess what? They control all the information. All right. That's how they spoil people through philosophy and vain deceit. What he say? They don't tell the world the truth. This is why they don't tell the world the truth. All right. Let's get some precepts to bag that up. All right. The Lord raised up his prophets to shed light on these devils, man. This is John 8, and I'm going to get straight to the point. All right, John 8:44. Ye of your father the devil, all right, the so-called white man, the house of Amalek, these corporate Jewish bankers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gettys, these banking families, and all of their nation, all of them, even the other Dukes of Edom, even the other tribes of Esau, the Germans, the British, the Americans. Okay, these are devils, deceivers, anti-Mashiach, anti-Christ, adversaries. They are Satanists. And the lust of your father we will do it. Most of our people are beguiled like he was, all right? Whatever this devil put in history books, whatever he put on the news, our people follow the will of this devil. He tell them to go get this poison, put it in your veins in the name of vaccines, okay? They're going to go do it. He was a murderer from the beginning, all right? Wherever he go, he's going to slay, he's going to subdue, and he's going to oppress. All right. And abode not in the truth. What he say? They don't tell the world the truth. That's what he just said. He learned through trial and error. He learned from doing business and commerce with them because there is no truth in them. That's the devil. Who does this on the planet Earth? Who lies about history? Who lies about science? Who lies about biology? All right. Negroid, Mongoloid, Caucasoid. That's a false philosophy. That's a false teaching. You're whatever your father is. You're a Moabite. You're an Israelite. You're a Japhite. You're a fucking Edomite. You're an Ammonite. That's what you are. Mongoloid, Negroid, Caucasoid is a fucking lie to hide his identity. He don't tell the truth about nothing. Be truthful. I don't even think the nigga telling the truth about this fucking mathematics we be doing. The way it's taught to us. All right, I've been looking over there at the Orientals. They do math a whole different way than what we were taught over here in the West. Man, I seen a fucking gook do a mathematical equation, and he didn't do it. No, it looked so simple. I was looking at TV one day, and he did it so simple. I was like, that's not how we was taught. But it looked more simple than the way we were taught over here, man. Okay? When he speak of a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And that's why the guy say he don't tell the truth, man. The truth ain't in him. Okay? Now this one here is funny. This next one, they asked him a hard question. Okay? Check him out on this one.
But is it true that you said Hitler didn't kill enough Jews during the war?
That's a Jake, bro. That's a nigga, man. That's a Jake, bro.
Why do you ask me about Hitler? The Hitler's problem is now past tense. Now we are looking forward for the future generations and the future plan. We are no longer going back to Hitler's. You see, the war of Hitler, it was a different war than the war today.
But is it true that you said Hitler
Look at that
didn't
laugh.
kill enough
He
Jews
laughed.
during
That's
the
the
war?
good laughs that release endorphins in your body and make you healthy. Them good laughs. Yeah. When you laugh releases laughing hard releases enzymes and make you healthy. All right. That's why the Lord, when he said, I give you peace and add nourishment to your bones, when you're happy and elated, and you know when you see something and you laugh hard, it releases gases and endorphins and enzymes in your body that make you healthy. Just like stress does the total opposite. Stress kills. All right. When you're angry and mad, it releases toxins in your bloodstream. Okay. An angry man, a hot-headed man, what? He doesn't live long. A man that lives with a woman and keep his nerves bad, that bitch live forever. He dies way before she dies, okay? And that laugh when he actually said Hitler didn't kill enough people, he laughed hard because that's what he want. All right? That's what he want. That's a Jake, man. And that was a good laugh. That was a sincere laugh. All right? He couldn't even, it tickled him, tickled his fancy, okay? And that's how we're going to be. We're going to laugh at their calamities, man. The Lord said in Proverbs, the first chapter, when they fall, we're going to laugh at them. We're going to make sport out of them. We're going to make meditate terror. We're going to be in that spirit when somebody asks us how we doing them goddamn Jews, man. So-called Jews, okay? And he's admitting, like, Hitler had the right, proper idea, all right? Hitler was on the right type of time, you know? Wherever you let them Jews come in, they're gonna bankrupt your country. They're gonna take over your resources. The next thing you know, they're gonna be I got something to bag it up. They're gonna be ruling over you, all right, in your house, in your domain. All right. This is what they're gonna do. This is Micah. This is Micah 2:2. All right. This is what they do. And that's why he expelled them. Woe to them that devise iniquity. All right. This modern day way of banking with all these heavy ass interest rates and shit, that's devised iniquity. All right. The way they do business and commerce throughout the nation, the EU, all right, the way they push the way you do business and commerce, man, is so they can get power over nations, all right, and control people. It's a wicked device. And work evil upon their beds, and they get behind smoke-filled rooms, behind the curtains. All right, they're the hands behind the curtains. All right, and they devise this wicked schemes and plans how they're gonna control the world, new world order. Okay, when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of the hand. Now the Lord, that's where they're deceived at. The Lord gave them the power to do it. Now that's where they get fucked up at. That's the part they don't understand. All right, and they covet fields and take them by violence, okay? And that's what they was doing over there in Uganda. That's why he expelled their asses out of there. That's why Hitler expelled them out of Germany. This is what they do. And how? This is what they did to Gad, okay? They came over here to Gad. Now they have the nerve and audacity to say Gad isn't a true American when he was the genuine first inhabitant on this landmass, okay? They coveted the fields that Gad had. Okay. And they took them by violence. And then what they did, our beloved brothers, and houses and take them away. They took their houses away. They took their teepees away. And in contrast to popular belief, Gad was living in more than teepees, man. All right. When you read the memoirs of Amerigo Vespucci, he said they had colossal, very nice buildings over here. It wasn't just all tents, okay? They had nice palaces over here in contrast to popular belief. It wasn't just like they were just primitive. All right. They oppress a man in his house and a man in his heritage. This is what those so-called Jews do. This is what the white man does. Okay. That's the spirit that dwells within him. Okay. And this guy, Idi Amin, who I think was a Jake, he came to his senses.
You asking me about Hitler? The Hitler's problem is now past tense. Now we are looking forward for the future generations.
All right. And when he said we're looking forward for the future generations, all right, this is what he say needs to happen. This the spirit in. That's why they expelled him. They exiled him. They put a puppet master in there, and they exiled him to Saudi Arabia. All right. They got him out of Uganda. Okay. They oppressed him in his native land, kicked him out, and then put a puppet in there. And that's why I hate sellouts, and most brothers do. I hate sellouts more than Edomites. That's me. That's my personal opinion. Okay. A turncoat is worse than a fucking devil. At least the devil being obedient. The devil is doing what the Lord created him to do. Edomites are obedient to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh. They're obedient. The Lord created them to be at enmity with him. An Israelite that joined hand in hand with him and come against his people, he worse than the Edomite. That's why the Lord say, you have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. And Yahweh told Pontius Pilate, the man that offered me up to you, he has the worst sin. Okay, what Judas did was worse than Pontius Pilate. Okay, this is but this is what the brother talking about. This is what he didn't mean talking about. This is Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them. We gonna fuck them bitches up. We gonna, boy. And then it's almost time. All right, we're almost in the time of threshing, and devour them. We're gonna consume them. We're gonna be a consuming fire in them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau. That's why he's like, see, that's the spirit he in when he's asked this
And
question.
the future plan. We are no
All right.
longer going back to
When
Hitler.
the guy asks him that question, he's laughing because this the spirit he
Is
in.
it true that you said that Hitler didn't kill enough Jews
He
during
was
the
supposed to kill
war?
all of them. That's why he laughing. Obadiah 1:18 in the spirit.
Why do you ask me about Hitler?
You see, he liked what Hitler did. All right, he loves what Hitler did. All right, and it say, and there shall be none remaining in the house of Esau. He say, hit 6 million wasn't enough, even though it wasn't near that many. That's what the lie they tell. All right, he say he's supposed to kill all them bitches, for Yahweh have spoken it. So it's etched in stone. All right, that's the universal law now. It's a commandment. All right, we're gonna totally annihilate them. We're gonna get what the nigga said on the movie Life. We got 40 years of free labor from you. All right, well, we're gonna get 1,000 years of free labor from their ass before we totally annihilate them. Oh yeah, let's see what King David said. This is what we're gonna do to them. All right, we're gonna get that 1,000 years of free labor, okay, and then we're gonna this Psalms 109 is a curse against King David's enemies. All right, we're gonna implement this curse. And what's crazy, King David was talking to Jakes, wicked niggas. All right, but we're gonna implement this curse on their ass. Okay. What a one I want. What a precept at. This whole chapter is a curse on the wicked, but I want the one where he said, oh, here we go. Verse 15. No, I'm gonna start at 14. Psalms 109 and 14. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord. All right. And that goes into Isaiah 14. All right. Let the children be judged for the iniquity of the fathers. All right. Go hand in hand with that. And let not the sin of the mother be blotted out, because that wicked Eve then got a lot of men slaved on the plantations. She'll come seduce the men, smash them. All right. And then go say that the man raped them. All right. And Eve, that Shedamite, she been doing shit like that. Margaret Sanger. All right. These devils been Edomite women. They've been backing up their men. Okay. Unlike Eve, they've been supporting the bloodthirstiness of their men. All right. So we're gonna get their asses too. Let them be before Yahweh continually, that they may be cut off, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth. That means you got to wipe out their whole lineage. Okay. We're gonna wipe out, to take a man's memory off the earth, you have to wipe out his whole lineage. All right. You see, that's why the Lord's anger is always worse than us humans' anger. Like if somebody subdue us or offend us, all right, and do a travesty against us in this human flesh, we want to get that person back. We want our get back. All right. We don't too much want to do his son, some of his mother, something. All right. We want to get him back, and our anger is satisfied. What the law say? An eye for an eye, a body for a body. All right. Tooth for tooth. All right. So that's how far our anger go. But when the Lord get mad, it don't stop at you. It stop at the Lord to get your livestock. The Lord say, fuck it. After you kill the livestock, sow salt in the ground, and what a fucking vegetables don't grow up on his property. All right. Everything that was joined to the house of Korah, the Lord swallowed up in the ground. He is like Fuck, what did the kids do? Fuck that. Get their asses out of there too. The Lord anger goes way greater than our anger. That's why it's written. It's a terrible thing to fall in the hands of Yahweh Shemal Shah, man. Okay? All right. Let me get the rest of these precepts. Okay. So when I looked at that, I was like, all right. Idi Amin, and I through the spirit, I think he's a Jake. I seen the movie, and Esau demonized him, but that guy was in the right spirit. All right. He was in all these tyrants that the Western media demonize love their people. They love their countrymen. All right. You just taking the narrative of a devil. What the Bible say, he was John 8 chapter, he was a murderer from the beginning, and he's the father of lies. He demonizes anybody that comes against him, and he's gonna use that propaganda machine and go overboard when he come against us, because we're the ones that are the real threat to his policy. All right, the 5%, mean the less than one Salaki, the 1% of Esau, and the elect is less than 1% of our nation. All right, I did the ratio of 144,000 men. All right, mathematically, and it was like negative 18,000 thousands. It was something like that. So that cream of the crop, that remnant is very small. Okay, but the 1% of Esau and less than 1% of who is the elect, we speak the same language. We're talking about dominion and power. All right, everybody in between are copper tops. They're not in reality. Esau uses all his resources to do what? Keep power. All right, to keep dominion. That's all he worried about. He don't care about a nigga getting rich, because when you get rich within his system, you still got to submit to him, pay his taxes. You got to go to him for loans. You got to do things the way his infrastructure is set up. You can't get outside of that. All right. Okay. So he still has the dominion. We talking about tearing this bitch down, destroying and rebuilding. All right. So him and us, the brothers, hopeful elect men, and these elites, we speak the same language. Okay. Okay. So that guy, even though he wasn't spiritual, he was in the Islam shit. He learned through trial and error, all right, that this was the devil the Bible speak of. Okay. So let me go to these precepts I got. This Genesis, the second chapter, and start at the 16th verse. All right, and this is why the Lord is going to get delivered. All these things written aforetime for our learning. All right, we've learned. We've drunk this gall. We've drunk this cup of fury the Lord has given us. Now what it says in Psalms 118, before I was afflicted, I went astray. Now I've run back to your precepts, roughly paraphrasing. So now we're ready to do it the right way. All right. And the Lord gave us the commandments from the beginning. This is Genesis 2 and 16. And Yahweh by Shema Shah commanded the man, saying, all right, and it's really supposed to be worded, no, that's say the Lord power. All right. So yeah, that's right. So that's Yahweh speaking. And Yahweh thy power commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat. And when you read in the gospel, you have a precept where the guy that was healed of blind, he say, I see men as trees. So this is not talking about a literal garden or literal trees. Okay, this is talking about a nation of people. All right, and this nation of people, the Lord commanded us, saying, don't deal with them niggas. All right, freely eat. Like when we say breaking bread, that means us brothers are joined to one another in the scriptures. We're communicating with one another. We're kicking it. We're not literally breaking a loaf of bread and eating it. No, we're giving one another knowledge. All right, we're building off of what the Lord has given us. We're socializing. Okay, so in this scripture, it's a metaphor for doing business and commerce and dealing with this nation of people. The Lord told us don't fuck with them. Okay, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, all right, and that's the so-called white man, all right, that's this devil, all right, that's these Canaanites, Edomites, aka Edomites. Thou shalt not eat of it, all right, and eat means don't deal with them in no form or fashion, for in that day that thou eatest, thou shalt surely die. And that's what happened when we got in league with these Edomites, all right, when we started dealing with these worldly philosophies, all right, we died a spiritual death, and we were alienated from Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Now we're going to take heed from it. All right, keep your history books, nigga. All right, keep your money, keep your trinkets. We don't want it. We don't want nothing to do with you. We don't want to have nothing to do with you. All right, and that's what Idi Amin learned. Okay, but he wanted to fight them devils carnally. You can't fight them carnally, and they overtook him. They exiled him from his country. We know how to fight him now. All right, our God is a God of knowledge. All right, this devil, when he subdues you, he don't. When this devil gets you in chains and fetters, all right, this will make him more something than all the beasts of the field. He's still mad because he can't break your mind. This devil, when he even got you in prison and he see you not thinking how he wants you to think, he's angry. He wants to know that you think like him. All right. He wants to know that you're polluted like him. All right. Like let's look at these entertainers. When one of them entertainers get out of line with this devil, he wants them to come and admit that they were wrong and give a public apology. All right. He wants to see that he got that power over you and you're down with his cause. Okay. But if you get one of them strong guys that be like, fuck it, man, fuck you, devil. I don't take your shit from me. You the fucking devil. Then he kills him. He kills their ass. You know, he come with some type of some like Diddy. Diddy got too big for his britches, you know. If you get too headstrong, then he's just gonna destroy you, you know. So this power that this war that we in is a war of information in your righteous mind, your righteous thought process. All right, this is Proverbs 12 and 16. Okay. A fool wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. All right. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. Okay. And this is how this damn devil gets down, man. Okay. We're the ones that's bringing forth truth. All right. We're the ones that are in the spirit of prudence. Okay. All right. That shame that we're hiding, when we're repenting and asking the Lord to have mercy on us for the transgressions we committed. Okay. And we are separating ourselves, all right, from him that despised the truth, that's false witness, all right, that lives according to deceit. Okay. We ain't having nothing to do with his ass. Okay. You're not supposed to be in league with this piece of shit devil. All right. He's a false witness. When he's bringing forth the scriptures, all right, that seminary doctrine, he's a false witness. He's supposed to be witnessing Yahushua, being an ambassador of Yahushua. He's bringing in a false doctrine. Okay. And when you follow his ways, you're going to fall in a ditch. Okay. This is the book of Exodus. This is the law. This is the law that's going to govern the planet Earth when we come into power. Get used to it. But what did the so-called white man say in modern day Christianity? The law is done away with. That's how you know who the devil is, right? This is the laws that's going to govern the universe, okay? All the galaxies, all right? This is Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. So thou shalt not be in league with the philosophers of the society. That multitude that do evil is the Western mindset, all right? When you go in voting booths, when you just submit to this American infrastructure mentally, you follow the multitude to do evil. Because what you going to do when this devil say, wanted dead and alive, the servants of Yahweh Bashim Shai, all right? And they have, the men of the Lord have bounties on their head. You're going to follow whatever they put on the news. So you're going to be following that multitude to do evil. Neither shall thou speak in a cause to declare after many to wrestle judgment. All right. And then when it comes time to do judgment, you're gonna have partiality because you've been deceived by this devil. Okay. And that's what happened with Idi Amin, man. He got in league with him. His judgment, his thought process was compromised. And then when he finally woke up, his banking system in his country was going to shit. He had to go to Muammar Gaddafi to ask him to help him get out of that hole that these Jewish rats put him in. And then he took down the prime minister before him, and the prime minister before him had the economy in a good case. Okay, And this nigga was so thirsty for power, he did what the prime minister before him didn't do. He had the understanding to not deal with them Jewish rats. And that when Idi Amin let him in the country, they did what the devil's supposed to do. And who's gonna pity the charmer when he bitten? Take your lick. Take your lick. All right. And that's why we giving warning from Yahweh Shema Shai. Come out of her, my people. Okay? This place will pollute you. Come out of that mindset. All right? This is the book of Acts. This is the law of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? Let's see what Peter had to say on the issue. This is Acts 10 on the situation. 28. All right. And he said unto them, you know that it is unlawful for a man that is a Jew to keep company. All right. Or come unto one of another nation. Okay. That's our law, man. We ain't supposed to be in league with these devils. All right. Okay. We're not supposed to have nothing to do with these devils. All right. This brother was quoting the law of Moses that Yahweh Shema Shai gave to the nation of Israel to govern over us. And then what the Lord calls that law of Moses, what? The tree of immortality. In Sirach, the 19th chapter, the 19th verse. Okay? We're not supposed to have no covenants with these motherfuckers. And Peter said, and he said unto them, all right, I'm going to start at verse 26. Salakia. Verse 26, Acts 10 and 26. But Peter took up, saying, stand up. I myself also am a man. And he talked with him and went in and found many that would come together. And he said unto them, you know how that it is unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or to come unto one of another nation. You're not supposed to let them in your country. You're not supposed to let them in your borders. Okay? Our only interaction with the other nations is for us to put them, have them serving us, okay? Having them serving us, and we could take their pretty women as concubines, okay? And have them working our fields, okay? Serving us as in our mansions, in our palaces, tending to our flocks, all right, being nurses to our children, okay? That's our only relationship with them, okay? You know what? I take that back. According to Jeremiah the 12th chapter, they're gonna have to learn our laws, all right? They're gonna have to learn the laws of our land, you know. But Yahweh have showed me that I should not call any man common and unclean. All right. Now, this is what you got to understand. All right. In this precept, the Lord, he was quoting the law, but then he said the Lord told him, don't call any man common and unclean. All right. That was talking about the Israelite foreigners who were Israelites according to biology, that was living according to the heathen mindset. Okay. That law that he said that we should not keep company with other nations, all right, that's going to govern us for eternity. The law is never going to be done away with. But to shed light on the latter part of that scripture, he said that I should not call any man unclean, uncommon, unclean. The Christians take that and butcher that. All right, the men that the Lord was telling him to go get at was those Israelite foreigners that had converted to heathenism. All right. And the Lord wanted to bring them out of that cesspool. That's why the Lord say, also through Peter, all right, what did he say? The Lord has pulled us out of this dark, perverse world into his marvelous light. So we had Israelites that was joined to these other nations, all right, that were unclean mentally, all right. And the Lord wanted to pull them out of that dark and perverseness into his marvelous light. But that law stands stiffly, all right. In fact, let me get that precept that Peter is quoting. All right. That's Leviticus. All right. It's the law. This ain't going nowhere. We ain't supposed to have nothing to do with these goddamn Amalekites, man. This is Leviticus 18. Salakia. This is Leviticus 18. 24. Defile not yourself in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. You see, we ain't supposed to have, that's what Peter was talking about. We ain't supposed to have nothing to do with these nations that he cast out before us. All right. And the land is defiled. Therefore, I do visit the iniquity upon them, upon it, and the land itself vomit out her inhabitants. Okay, that's why we ain't let them bitches come to our house. We didn't have no covenants with them. Okay, Paul. That's why Peter said it was unlawful for an Israelite to have them amongst them. Okay, you shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments. And the Lord told us in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter, make no covenants with these people. Don't let these people in your houses. Don't envy them when they're oppressing you and adopt their ways, okay? And shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourn among you, okay? So the Lord told us don't have nothing to do with them, okay? That's what Peter was quoting. All right. The law told us don't deal with the motherfuckers. For all these abominations have the men done, the men of the land have done. Talking about the heathen, which are before you, and the land is defiled. Okay. Okay. So we're not supposed to have uh no type of covenant with them. That's how we ended up falling out. Now here activity, all right, you got to do things according to the spirit. All right, we got to work on their plantations. We got to work at their jobs. Okay, we got to go pay taxes. All right, according to Romans the 13th chapter. But you still deal with them accordingly. You don't invite them into your home. Okay, you don't go to bars with them. And I'm not gonna be over righteous. Like if you got something for the job and they say, "Look, for the job, come and we're gonna have a bite to eat or something," or go do it. If it be possible, get along with all men. But to be joined with them and yoke with them, all right, and living according to the fashion they're living to, no, you're going off. All right, have nothing to do with them. Okay. Now in captivity, Paul told us things that were lawful but wasn't expedient. So you got to learn how to. The spirit teaches you how to be expedient in dealing with these devils. You can't go to work saying "fuck you, devil," "fuck you, heathen." Nowhere in society and doing that. You can't do those things. All right. Now in our kingdom, we're gonna do it, but here in captivity, you can't do it. So you got to have that perfect balance. Okay. All right. But this is what the law say. That's what the law say, man. These people are of the seed of Sodom, man. Deuteronomy goes into that. All right. This is the beloved brother Ezra. This is Ezra, and he's repeating the same thing that Peter repeated, 9 and 11. All right, and it reads. I'm gonna start at verse 10. And now, O power, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken thy commandments. Okay. Now the Lord's bringing us back into him. Now we're getting joined back into him. All right. And we're keeping the commandments to the best of our abilities, which thou hast commanded by thy servants the prophets, saying, the land unto which you go to possess it is an unclean land with the filthiness of the peoples of the land, and their abominations which they have filled from one end to another with their uncleanliness. You see, that's what Peter was saying. We not according to the law, we're not supposed to deal with them. Okay. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons. All right. And this brother is repeating Deuteronomy the 7th chapter. Neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever. He say forever, man. That's how Idi Amin came in that situation with them, because he didn't keep these commandments. Okay. The law is a defense. All right. It's a defense, man, that you may be strong and eat the good of the land and leave it for an inheritance to your children. Now we're getting back to that. We got alienated from that. We went off. Now we're getting back to that. This is why the elect can't be deceived. All right. And when you keep these laws, it's a defense to you. Let me get there. It's a defense, man. The Lord gave us this law to govern us and protect us and keep that hedge around us. And when you get outside of that, all right, these heathens can can have their way with you because you done left that hedge that the Lord has given us. All right. This is Psalms 94 and 22. But Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And Yahweh protect those that obey him. Okay. So when he gave us those laws are put there for us to obey. And then what does he do when you're righteous and your hands are clean? He defends you. He don't let the heathen, the profane come into you anymore. That's what he gonna do for us. Let me get that. Ain't no Edomite gonna be coming in your country. Uh Talking about I got this good business plan. I got this good marketing scheme. All right. That in fact, if he do some shit like that, that's enough to get his ass put to death in the kingdom. All right, this is Isaiah 52. This is what the Lord say. The Lord say in 2. Shake thyself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose ourselves from the bands of thy neck. All right. And who have these bands on us? Who have these yokes on us? Our enemies. Okay. O captive daughter of Zion. That's another thing where you got to know. You got captive exile, man. You've been exiled from your land of nativity, and you have an enemy ruling over you. All right. Unmercifully. For thus said the Lord, you have sold yourselves for naught, and you shall be redeemed without money. Oh shit. Salakia. I should have read verse 1. The point, what I want is in verse 1. Salakia. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on the beautiful garments, this truth. All right. That's where we getting our strength from, this word. All right. Those are the beautiful garments, this doctrine. O Jerusalem, the holy city. All right. He's not talking about the literal place. He's talking about a people. The people is what make the city. Okay. For henceforth shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and unclean. You see that the hedge gets around us when we dwell in the light. Okay. So we don't have these issues. We're not going to have these issues. Okay. That's why when you read Ezra the 4th chapter, them heathens tried to come help build that second Timothy. Them brothers was like, nah, Ezra. What the other brother name was? King David. If you could receive it. What that brother name is? Let me get it. He in Zechariah 2. It's King David if you can receive it. What's the brother name? He the one was leading the administration. This is Ezra 4. And since I was quoting, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. All right. Zerubbabel. All right. That's King David, y'all. If you can receive it. Okay. This is Ezra 4 and 1. Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Lord of the power of Israel, you see, we're building this spiritual temple, all right? This temple not made with hands. These lively stones, okay? All right? The temple is the men. All right, Acts the 7th chapter, the Lord say he don't dwell in tent in temples made with the hands of men. He dwell in us, in our minds, in our hearts. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is within. Okay, then they came to Zerubbabel and the chief of the fathers. These brothers was in their right mind, and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek out your power as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto the days of Ashon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. And when you read 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, you see where the king of Syria took the Israelites out of Samaria and then replaced it with Hamites. Okay, so these is heathens trying to be joined to us. And let's see what the brother said. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Yasharallah said unto them, you have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power. But we ourselves will build unto Yahweh our power of Yasharallah, as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, had commanded us. You see, so that's the spirit we're supposed to be in this final hour, man. We don't want none of the heathens around us. Look, man, we go to work, we slaves. After work, it's slavery. You know, if a brother got an Edomite concubine, that's as far as it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking no scriptures with you. No, you can't learn these precepts. Get the fuck out of our face. We don't know you can't come to my house. No, I don't want to go drink beers with you. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to go to the game with you. You know, now I will be cordial with you. All right, according to the scriptures, if it be possible, get along with all men, but get in unison and being yoked with them. No, that's what got us in this predicament. Okay, all right. That's why we're in this situation that we're in. Okay, that's why they ruling over us because we didn't keep these universal laws, man. These commandments that the Lord gave us, man. These are the laws that's going to govern the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, this is the book of Psalms. I'm gonna leave off on this one. Debating if I'm gonna go on the block today. All right, this is Psalms 26:5. I've hated the congregation of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. I will wash my hands in innocency, so I will compare thine altar, O Yahweh. You see, we don't sit in with the wicked. We don't talk about the works of darkness in this society, man. We don't share the same ideals. We don't believe in the same philosophies, okay? We're Middle Eastern thinking men, all right? For us to be in league with a Westerner, that would make us hypocrites, all right? These people over here are nothing more than Satanists with this Western mindset, man, okay? So, Idi Amin, I looked at the movie and I read up on the guy. I like how he was rocking. Okay, he gave aid to them guys that did that in Munich. He was like, "Hey, y'all come to Gunda, I'll hide you." Then when they asked him the question, that nigga bust out laughing, man. Like, fuck them Jews, man. Check him out. This was a real good laugh, man. He you could tell he genuinely hated the motherfucker.
But is it true that you said Hitler didn't kill enough Jews during the war?
I see you on the record. He be laughing like that
Why do you
sometimes.
ask me about Hitler?
But is it true that you said Hitler didn't kill enough Jews
How
during
we
the
gonna be
war?
laughing when we fucking over, man? We gonna be laughing just like that. Man, he laughing hard, man. Fuck them devils, man. He is in the right spirit. So with that, I'm gonna get infinite honors to the Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bashem, our Shai Bashem, Harakakadash, double honors to our apostles and our bishops of great millstone. Well, hey, Salaki, let me read some of the precepts you brothers got. Salaki, the water for checking in. Salaki, this from Kazak Ban Yahawada. All right. Well, you pronounce that. Kazak son, Ban means son of Judah. All right. Kazak, I think that means Hezekiah. Don't quote me on it. All right. All right. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right. And these lies are taught here in America in the educational industrial complex. That's why the Lord said we got to be born again. Everything we were taught here was lies, pollution, all right, darkness. So for you to get your mind renewed, the Lord got to put his Holy Spirit on you to wake you up. Okay. Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So what we're gonna be dealing with a wicked ass nigga for conversing and communing and breaking bread with him when he's not right. All right, he's not for our turn. Okay, but the just shall live by his faith and faith in Yahweh by Shem Shai's word, man. Okay, and his word tell us don't be unequally yoked with these unbelievers. Don't have nothing to do with them. What Peter say? Is it unlawful to not deal with these heathens? He says it's not lawful. Okay, we don't supposed to have them amongst us, man. We don't touch the unclean thing. Proverbs 3:31. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. And that's what happened in here. I mean, that's why he got exiled. If he would have did what his predecessor, I think predecessor is the one that came before you. All right. If he would have did what the prime minister did before him, he would have never got taken out of power. That prime minister before him was not dealing with them Jews, okay? But he was young, ambitious, and he didn't have the experience that his predecessor had. And he took him down and did what his predecessor didn't do. And then what happened? Them Jews came in there, and they came to oppress him in his house, according to Micah the 2nd chapter. All right, Obadiah 1:7. Men of thy confederacy have brought thee even into the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, and that they eat their bread shall have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. That's when you go to Revelation, the 11th chapter, or is that 18? Is one. I think it's Revelation 11th chapter where it says, the nations were angry because their judgment was coming. All right. When the nations get angry, what are they all going to do? They're going to, let me get that. So I'll make sure I ain't tripping. When the nations are angry, what all of them going to come and lead, and they were once at peace with them, but what are they going to do? They're going to fire missiles on this place. Revelation 18:11, one of them. This is Revelation. I went to 18. I'm going to go to 11 first. Let me see. Yeah, it's definitely 11. All right, this is Revelation 11. Okay. Oh, it's 11 and 18. That's why 18 kept popping in my mind. All right, Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry. See, that goes hand in hand with the brother posted when it says, and over there in Obadiah, where it says, all the men of thy confederacy have bought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. You see? So when you go over here to Revelation 11, and it says, and the nations were angry. These were the people that were once in league with America. But what are they angry at? Because their judgment is falling upon them. They follow your philosophies. Now they're getting fucked over by the Lord. So now thy wrath is coming, a time of the dead that they shall be judged. All right. So when these nations get angry, all right, and when they say that those that were at peace with thee deceive thee, this is what they're ultimately going to do. Let me go over one chapter. No, I'm Salaki. I got to go to 17. All right. And this is what they're going to do. This is what all those nations that deceive they're going to do. All right. The EU going to be the main one. This is Revelation 17 and 12. All right. These are those nations that deceived her, that were once in league and at peace with her. All right. Revelation 17 and 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. All right. The EU, NATO, which have received no kingdom as yet, because they are all a bunch of coalition of a bunch of nations. Okay. But they receive their powers as kings in 1 hour with the beast. All right. Because in this 1 hour, what are they going to do? They're going to deceive America. All right, because America is the number one financer of NATO and the EU. Okay, he's the ringleader. She's the ringleader. So they're going to be like, fuck America, and and the Lord's going to put in their spirit, because the Lord controls the kings of the earth. You read that in the book of Daniel when he say he had to go. The angel say he had to go manipulate the mind of the king of Persia. Okay, the Lord is going to do that with these confederate nations that are with America. All right. And they're gonna change on the whore. All right, they're gonna be turncoats toward her. They're gonna deceive her and turn against her. These have one mind. All right, this is what happened when those nations get angry, and shall give their power and strength to the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For the Lord of Lords. All right, this is after they destroyed America. So the point, I just read the point. And the 10 horns without saw for 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings with 1 hour. Okay. Oh, and let me skip down. Yeah, I'm tripping. I got to skip down to verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou saw upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So, Germany, France, Spain, all right, all these European nations, Turkey, they part of NATO, all right, all of these nations that are confederate with America, China, well, no, China's not confederate with America, they confederate with Russia. But all these nations on the planet Earth that are allies with America, that have nuclear capability, all right, what are they going to do? All right, they're going to rain down nuclear fire on that ass, man. They're going to rain down terror on it, all right? So when you read Obadiah 1 and 17, and the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to thy border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and have prevailed against thee. All right. That's what Revelation 17. They say they're going to eat up flesh and burn her with fire. And they that eat their bread have laid a wound under thee. All right. An incurable wound at that nuclear fire, that radiation. Okay. And there's a none understanding in him. There's going to be nothing that America can say or do to get out of this judgment. Okay. Beautiful times we living in, and that's why the scriptures say, "Blessed are your eyes, for you can see." We can measure these times diligently. We can look at the news and apply it to the scriptures and be like, "All right, we at the end. These things are happening right before our eyes." Okay, and I'm gonna read what this brother here, Lamaka. It's lucky if I pronounced it wrong. Lamaka, yeah, it's lucky if I pronounced it wrong. All right, Ephesians 4 and 26. Be ye angry and sin not, and let not the sun go down on your wrath, and give place to the devil. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna say this. Uh when you assign and crying for the abominations going on around about you, that's righteous anger. You have what they call righteous indignation. Okay. So you could be angry at the things that you see going around it, but you don't act on them. All right. It's lawful to be angry. All right. It's lawful to what it say about righteous lot. Let me find that precept. All right. Is right, right? Lot was angry. Let me find that precept. It say righteous was angry at the conversation of the wicked. They called him righteous, so they let you know he was an Israelite. All right. Bear with me. I'm getting it on my other phone. All right, that's Second Peter. Okay. Well, I was angry over there in Sodom, man. He's pissed off. All right, this Second Peter 2 and 7. All right, I'm gonna start at 5. No, I'm gonna start at 6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that should live ungodly. All right. And when you read Revelation 11 chapter, it clearly tells you America is spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. So the same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah is going to happen here in America. And delivered just Lot. All right. That word just goes into the Greek word chaos. It means to be righteous, to observe divine law. So Lot is an Israelite, okay, in contrast to popular belief. Vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Now let's see what that word vex going to. All right, that brother was pissed, man. All right. It just you have two different, you got righteous indignation, then you got the anger where you're not controlling your vessel. All right. You're not controlling your tongue, you're not taming your tongue. All right, and it turns into sin. Okay. Now that's what you can't do. All right. can't get so angry at an Edomite that you go out there and smite him on his cheek. Okay, now you're going off. You fucking devil, you fucking Edomite, they gonna punch him in his shit. No, 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 no. All right, you can't do that. That's where you letting your anger get the best of you. You know, just put a curse on him in your mind. All right, nothing wrong with being angry, but don't let the anger get the best of you. How you
Strong's G 2669. Katapaneo.
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 All right, let's see what this word vex me. All right. Oppress. All right. To make trouble for, to treat roughly. When somebody treats you roughly and making trouble for you and, and afflicting you with evils, to afflict or oppress with evils, how do you feel? You're angry. The brother was angry. To tire down with toil, to exhaust with labor. All right. That brother was being oppressed, man. And what does Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, say? Surely oppression make a wise man mad. And he was a wise man because the scripture said just like, okay? You know, that brother was mad. He was living in Babylon. That brother wasn't happy in that motherfucker, meaning Sodom. That brother was angry in that motherfucker, man. He was pissed off. Okay? This is Acts 10 and 13 from Lamaka. All right? And it reads, what you mean Middle Atlantic even? You asked a question, someone? What you mean when you say Middle Atlantic, brother? Sometimes, you know, I could be slow sometimes. All right, I said Middle Eastern about what you talking about? Oh, all right. When I said something about we have Eastern mindsets. All right, yeah. We're all right. This Bible, you know, according to the conversation, Jerusalem is coined the Middle East. All right, by the so-called white man. All right, but you know, the thought process on that part of the earth, even with the heathen, is different than the thought process over here in the West. And our Bible, these holy scrolls come from that part of the earth and Eastern mindset. All right, this Bible is written in ancient time past. Uh, in fact, I got a precept for you. I got a precept for you, brother. It's a bag of what I'm about to say. Bear with me. Okay. Genesis 2. That precept that I'm looking for. I think it's in this little area. Here we go. I got you, brother. All right. This is Genesis 2 and 7. And Yahweh thy power formed the man of the dust of the ground and breathed into him in his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living soul. And Yahweh thy power planted a garden eastward in Eden. This is Jerusalem, the joy of the whole earth. All right. And this is Eden was the whole earth, okay? But we're people of the east, all right? Eastward in Eden is where that's the land of our nativity, all right? That's where we got the law from. This is where we grew as a nation, all right? And in the garden, we were eastward in Eden, all right? So you got to realize the whole earth before the flood was like Pangea. It was all connected. That's why when you look at the maps it looked like you could connect them like a puzzle. And eastward in Eden was Jerusalem, and there put the man and he whom he had formed. All right. And what did the Lord do when he put us there? He what? Blew the breath of life in us. He gave us what? The philosophies that we think, that we use. All right. Here we go. Let me go up to verse 7. And Yahweh thy power formed man of the dust of the ground. All right. And what does dust represent? Confusion. Okay. Disorder. Okay. And he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Okay. So he gave us laws and order. He gave us understanding. All right. He gave us the philosophies that we live according to now. And over here in the Western hemisphere, the ways that they live, the ways that they think is totally contrast to this breath of life that the Lord gave us. All right. And man became a living soul. Okay. And the reason we live is because the Lord gave us the truth. The breath of life is the truth. And we are living soul. You see, these other people, the heathen, are dead. All right. What the Lord said about the heathen. It's the time of the dead that they should be judged. All right. Read that in Revelation 11 where I just left. But we are living souls. Okay. Because the Lord gave us the breath of life. All right. And when I said Middle Eastern, that was just for the sake of the conversation, because Jerusalem is on the Eastern hemisphere, and the mindset, the thought process of the people that live on that part of the earth, they don't think like the people over here. Like when you look over there, look at their customs and their culture. Their women are fully dressed. Okay. They don't have gender equality over there, even the heathen. Okay. They don't have gender equality over there. Their women can't come out half naked. People with the LGBTQ lifestyle over there, for the most part, if they come out the closet with it, they get put to death on sight. Okay. They're of another fashion. All right. They don't, if we move to the east, things that you do over here in the west, if you go to the east and do it, it will get you fucking killed. Okay. It will get you fucking killed. You go over there looking at another man wife and come on another man wife in fucking Yemen. Go to Iran and go try to seduce another man wife. They're gonna kill you on sight. All right. And then don't have to go to court and prove itself. Go to a man's house and he walk in the house coming from work over there in fucking Yemen, in Saudi Arabia somewhere. He gonna be able to get a machete and chop you in pieces, and then bring your body to the office and say this man was in my wife, in my house plowing my heifer, and then they're gonna hug him and kiss him on his cheek and tell him job well done, and he won't go to a day in court. You see, that's that Eastern mindset, okay? And it is totally contrast to over here. All right. That's what I meant when I said that, brother. Okay. I'm gonna read this last precept you brought out. That's a good one. It's a damn good one. All right. A blessed good one. Philippians 3:20. For our conversation is in the heaven. Okay. Our conversation is from above. All right. Anything that is good comes from above. Let me get that. All right, this doctrine, this is a heavenly doctrine. This is what makes us immortals amongst mortals. This is the book of Colossians, and it's somewhere in Philippians where the Lord say, "Put your mind on things above." This is Colossians. Which one it is? Is it 3? Colossians 3 from the top. Here we go. All right, and it reads, If you then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above. All right. This glorious gospel comes from above and is descended on men. Okay. All right. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Where's kingdom? The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is doctrine. We are the kingdom of heaven, but what does this doctrine come? It comes from above. What did it say about the Holy Spirit? It descended on the brethren. Okay, them tongues of fire came from up high. It descended on them. Where Hamashiach sitteth at the right hand of Yahweh. Where are those brothers at? Where's Yahweh Shai, our heavenly Father? All right, they're up there in the heavens. All right, the fourth dimension. Set your affection on things above and not on the things of the earth. So when you're dwelling in the spirit, all right, when you're looking at things from a spiritual perspective, you don't look at things from a carnal perspective. Right, the carnal man is fleshly. All right, He only can see what's before him in the fleshly realm. That's how atheists think. All right. We believe in the unseen. All right. We believe in things that we can't see with the natural eye, but we know it's going to come to pass. That's when you set your things up upon above, like the kingdom of heaven. We know it's about to be ushered in, but it's not here yet. We're not driving chariots yet. We don't have those new bodies yet. All right. We don't have those spiritual powers yet. But our hearts, our minds is set on those things, all right, and we believe that they're about to come to pass. Okay, you did. All right. So with that, I'm about to say this was edifying to the hearers. We're gonna get infinite honor to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Howard Kakadash, double honors to our apostles, our bishops, a great millstone, and salutation to our fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahweh Shai. Kwam Yasharala, Abab Abab, Shalom. The water for you brothers chiming in. Shalom.